Hey there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. We had a couple of days ago a quick peek at the upcoming Heresy roadmap, which you can see on your screen now, a very welcome gift from GW. It shows us that there is a load of new miniatures coming, alongside in the next couple of months not only a brand new army book for the Liber Imperium, focusing presumably on things like the Custodes and the Imperial Army, but then also the mighty Liber Mechanicus for all of you robot-loving people out there. And today, Warcom have expanded on that and gone a step further and shown us not only the contents page for the new Liber Mechanicum book, but also a couple of juicy rules that we can look forward to as well. The contents are, as you would expect, a pretty great preview of what we can expect model and rules-wise for the Heresy 2.0 version of this army, and there are no super surprises, a load of stuff we already know and love from the current Heresy returns. We've got the Domitar, the Thralax, the Vorax, the Thanatar Automata, all making very welcome returns, and Knights also get a spot in this book. It does look at first as though there's a very limited roster. It only shows the Megaira, the Styrex, the Atropos, and the Asterius, but if you look down to the appendices, you will see a full 15 odd pages of something called Questoris Household Entries, and I presume this is going to be where you're going to find the rules for bringing things like your Lancers, your Castigators, and presumably the common 40k variants like the Paladin and the Errant. At least I certainly hope that's the case, because I do desperately want to bring some knights to my Heresy games, and I have a load of Questoris pattern knights that I really do want to try out with these new Heresy rules. For me, in my opinion, what is the most exciting reveal from this contents page is confirmation that the Ordinatus Weapons are coming back. And these were always, both in Heresy 7th edition version and also the Epic game from the old 2nd edition, my favorite models ever. I just think they look so cool. And not only that, but their rules were exceptionally powerful and deadly, and especially the Ulator, if you have seen the rules for that, they are just mind-blowingly fun and powerful on the table. So seeing them come back does make me genuinely ecstatic, and I really can't wait to see not only whether they bring the model back, because I don't think it's available to buy on Forge World anymore, but whether they bring that back, and also how they've been updated on the rules front, and whether you will be able to still just unleash a 7-inch wide, 72-inch long beam of death across the entire table and just kill anything that gets caught underneath it. On top of the awesome contents page reveal, we also got shown a couple of rules, first of which is a Mechanicum Warlord trait. This is the Logic of Victory, and this lets you, if in your turn you haven't made a shooting attack or been locked in combat with your Warlord, make an extra reaction in each phase in the following turn, and then on top of that, your Warlord and any unit they've joined gets +1 weapon and ballistic skill and +3 initiative or movement for any reaction they make. So you give up a bit of personal damage on your Warlord, but this makes your army and the unit they've joined so much more effective and so much more powerful at countering your enemy's plans. The fact that you get an extra reaction in each phase in the following turn is, in my opinion, a fairly strong Warlord trait in itself, but then being able to get buffs to the unit you've joined with that extra weapon and ballistic skill and the extra initiative and movement really is going to make the unit that your Warlord has joined unbelievably terrifying with any reaction they make. And you can just put this on a Warlord which is maybe not the most killy Warlord anyway, so you're not giving up too much damage, but instead you can turn a very killy unit into one that is just stratospherically more powerful. And then finally, in the preview today, we get shown a new advanced reaction for the Mechanicum. This one is a shooting phase reaction, and it is called Scornful Fire. And what you do is you set it off when an enemy unit declares a shooting attack against one of your units that has the independent character rule or is being joined by an independent character, and the reacting unit and, yes, bear in mind, and any friendly Mechanicus unit eligible to make a reaction within 12 inches can make a shooting attack at that enemy unit. So if you have a few squads all blobbed up and close together, you can just unleash 2 or 3 or 4 squads worth of shooting into your enemy and just absolutely annihilate them. There are a few restrictions. All of the units that do shoot do count as having made a reaction in that phase, so you can't do another reaction on them. And of course, there are limitations in terms of needing line of sight, and template weapons do need to be within 8 inches of the target, but still, this is potentially an unbelievable amount of firepower and an unbelievable amount of your army that you can just focus fire into one poor enemy unit. It is so strong, and I really do think that having this reaction and your opponent knowing that you've got this reaction is going to make them incredibly wary about shooting into any of your units that are a bit too closely packed together. So there we go, that is our first hints at the Mechanicum forces in the new Heresy game. I have to say they are looking particularly strong. They've got already a great combination of Warlord trait and a reaction right off the bat, and they of course do have some very strong units in their roster to bring to the field. So I do think they're going to be a really fun and a really awesome way to differentiate the game from the sea of Marines which we are likely to see when the game initially drops. But as always, what do you think of these rules? Are the Mechanicum going to put the Marines in their place, or do you still think the Legions are going to be the top dogs in the battlefields of 30k? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.